This video is kindly brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to create a beautiful online presence.
Hi, my name's Janelle and welcome back to Rosery Apparel. In this video, I'm very excited to be sharing my autumn sewing plans. I have ended up taking a bit of an impromptu break from sewing over summer. I literally only made one thing over summer, and that was my giant bow for the top of my Christmas tree. This is for a couple of reasons, mainly because I've just wanted to focus on finishing my sewing studio makeover, which is very close to being done. I am so happy with how this space is looking at the moment, and it's so nice to be able to film down here. And yeah, very soon I will be creating my first ever full video down in this space, and I could not be happier about that. But I also feel like I'm very happy with my summer wardrobe the way it is. I did have some really exciting sewing plans for summer, but I think I'll save them for next year because I have just enjoyed wearing the clothes I already have. My me-made wardrobe personally is very summer focused with all my pretty floral dresses and things like that. So I just didn't really feel I needed to add any more of that kind of thing into my wardrobe at this stage. But I do have plenty of gaps in my wardrobe for more autumnal and wintry style clothes. I feel like last winter especially, I wore basically the same thing every single day. And yeah, I want to add some more items into my wardrobe that are just going to be perfect for autumn. I'm really excited about all the pieces I have planned to make over the next few months. And yeah, I have a really beautiful pile of fabrics here that I'm so excited to talk you through. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it and let me talk you through my autumn sewing plans. So like always, I have a saved folder on my Instagram, which I'll be showing you all the little bits and pieces of inspiration I have been collecting over the last few months. And I also have a couple of patterns that I'm excited to have a go at making over autumn as well. But yeah, the first fabric I have to share is this gorgeous floral fabric. I am such a sucker for florals, but this one in particular just caught my eye straight away because it's kind of like the perfect autumnal floral. It's got all of those really lovely burnt orange and brown tones. There's a little bit of eucalyptus sagey green in there as well. I actually picked this fabric up while I was in Bruges, Belgium. I went to the most gorgeous fabric shop, and this fabric, like I said, just grabbed my attention right away. And then while I was being served and while the fabric was being cut, the lady who owned the shop told me that it had actually been designed by a local artist, which I just think is amazing and was such a cool little souvenir to pick up for my time in Bruges. And then when I got the receipt, I found out it was called Nuts and Flowers, and then I realized there are actually little almond nuts in the print as well as the flowers, which just is just such a cute little detail. So yeah, from this fabric, I have planned to make a pattern that I actually picked up at the same fabric store. It is a French pattern by the brand Atelier Brunette. It's a blouse pattern, and I picked it up because one, I thought the blouse was really beautiful, but two, I thought it could be really fun to have a go at sewing a French sewing pattern. I have a series on my channel where I make Japanese sewing patterns, and I thought it'd be really fun to try a different country in a different language. There is English written on the back, which makes me think that the instructions might be in English as well as French, but I am going to probably just ignore the English instructions and try to make it based off just the French instructions alone. And the blouse itself is just a simple button-up blouse. It's got, like, I think they call it a grandpa collar, where it's just the collar stand instead of actually having a collar. And while I was in Paris, I went into a Cézanne shop, which is one of my favorite shops to go into if I see one, because their clothes are just the most inspiring. Very expensive, but very good for sewing inspiration. And I've kind of been really into their blouses that they have in this style of blouse, but that has a ruffle along the button edge and then around the neckline, just like this blouse here. See what I mean? There's just this really cute ruffled edge along the buttons, and yeah, like I said, instead of having an actual collar, it's just this long continuous ruffle, which I'm completely in love with, and I definitely want to have a go at replicating with this blouse pattern. And lastly, I also picked up these little flower buttons while I was in the same shop, and I feel like these buttons with this fabric is perfect. And yeah, I just think it's going to be such a cute project to work on, and just so nice to use up all these bits and pieces I bought from the most beautiful fabric shop. And yeah, It's just gonna be a really nice souvenir to have. The next fabric I have, I recently purchased from Spotlight, and that is this Broderie Anglaise fabric with the cutest flower design. I am such a sucker for Broderie Anglaise fabric. It's one of my favorite fabrics to purchase if I ever see it, because it's just sometimes nice to work with a plain fabric, but the embroidered details just give the plain fabric the most beautiful texture and just makes the fabric just that little bit more interesting. So yeah, when I saw this fabric at Spotlight, I instantly picked it up. I could not believe it. It also comes in quite a few different colors, but I fell in love with this plain beige fabric. Like, it might be basic and boring, but it just kind of goes with everything. I can picture this being made into a dress and being able to pair it with my burnt orange Rosery jumper. I just think that combination of textures is just going to be a dream outfit. And so I recently saw this dress pop up in my feed. It's by Stitch Don't Kill My Vibe. They have actually made this dress using the Shelby dress pattern by True Bias, and I'm in love with it. It is such a 90s style of dress, and I really love the simpleness of 90s fashion. I just think it's such a classic dress. It's got a bow at the back as well, which is adorable, and the front is completely buttoned up. And yeah, even though this dress has been made by using the Shelby dress pattern, which I'll have linked below if you're interested in picking it up, it actually reminds me of an actual 90s sewing pattern that I've had in my stash that I've been wanting to make, and that is this style pattern. It is style 2079. I picked this up from an op shop like years and years ago, and I've had it in my stash ever since, and I've been meaning to make it, and I think this is the push I need to make this dress. The only difference I can see is that the Shelby dress has a V-neck, which I do love, but I think I could potentially pattern hack the curved edge to be a V-neck instead. And this also has a bow at the back, which I think is really cute, and I'm planning on making the midi length version just like this Shelby dress. I just think it is such a classic and such a timeless style, and I think out of this fabric it's just going to be a perfect match. Let's just take a quick break to talk about the sponsor of this video, Squarespace. If you've been watching my videos for a while, then I'm sure you know all about Squarespace by now, but just in case you've never heard of them, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform where you can design, build, and run a website all by yourself with no background or knowledge needed in coding whatsoever. Whether you'd like to start making and selling your own products, create a beautiful portfolio to showcase your work, write a blog, or simply create any website of any kind, Squarespace make creating your dream website easy thanks to their range of beautifully designed templates. Each template is just as pretty as the next, and once you've chosen a template, you are then able to change it as much or as little as you like in order to add everything to run your business successfully. You can change the overall layout of the website and all the fun things like the fonts and colors with literally just a few clicks. And now Squarespace make designing and creating a website even easier than it already was, thanks to their new design tool called Design Intelligence, where they have combined 2 decades of industry-leading design expertise with cutting-edge AI technology to help you build a beautiful and customized website no matter what your skill level or design experience is. You simply answer a few design questions and prompts about your website preferences, and Design Intelligence will create your dream website for you from the ground up so that it has everything you need to run your business successfully. So if you'd like to create a website of your own, then I totally recommend you go and check out Squarespace using the link in the description below this video and take advantage of their free trial so you can test out just how easy it is to use for yourself. And then when you're ready to launch your beautiful new website, head to squarespace.com/roseryapparel for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you so much, Squarespace, for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into the sewing plans. Next up, I have some corduroy because I don't think it can be an autumn sewing plans video without a bit of corduroy. I love this texture of fabric so much. It's just such a nice, thick, cozy fabric, and I love working with it. And I went into Spotlight the other day just to see if they had any new corduroy fabrics and any new colors in, and I found this incredible dark olive green. I am so into dark, moody fabrics at the moment, and when I saw this, it was perfect. It was the shade of green I didn't know I needed, and from this fabric, I have planned to make the Juniper dress by Tiana Herring. I am completely in love. Like, this is unlike any dress I have ever seen or ever made before. It is a fully zipped up collared dress with quite like oversized features. Like the sleeves have a really nice chunky cuff to them. They are just so pretty, and it also has an elasticated waist along the back, which again has been made using some thick chunky elastic. I don't know, there's something about all the different features of this dress that I'm completely in love with. So I feel like this dress will work better with a kind of thicker fabric, and that's why I think this corduroy is going to be perfect for this style of dress. Okay, so the next fabric I have to share with you is probably my most favorite fabric purchase of all time. It took a lot of effort to get it to me, that's for sure. It is this stunning checked embroidered gingham fabric. It's actually a tablecloth. Basically one of my favorite brands to follow online for sewing inspiration, called Floral, did a collab with a company called McGee & Co, where they created a range of homewares and just random bits and pieces like that. And Floral had a dress with this fabric, and it's a beautiful dress. It's not quite something I would purchase because it's very expensive and something I could easily make myself. But when I saw that they had come out with a tablecloth where I could purchase the fabric to make my own garment, I had to get my hands on it ASAP. So unfortunately, this company, McGee & Co, does not ship to Australia. So I had to actually open up a US postal box that could then forward my package to me here in Australia, which was such a kerfuffle. But I have no regrets because I have the fabric, and the tablecloth is massive. So there is enough to make at least 2 garments here, which I'm so happy about. And yeah, the first garment I want to make from this is something that I'm going to wear for years and years to come, something that is a classic Janelle style, and that is a gathered skirt. Now, before you get upset with me for making yet another gathered skirt, the skirt I have in mind is this one here, called the Henrietta pattern by Spaghetti Western Sewing. This is such a beautiful skirt. So it's a classic gathered skirt, but instead of it just being, you know, a rectangle of fabric that's been gathered up at the waistline, it also has these little gathered sections at the side, which just creates the most beautiful silhouette. Here is another version of the skirt worn by JSSC Makes. Again, this one has just been made from a plain fabric, which I think looks so beautiful because it really does allow those side gathered pieces to stand out. But I have seen this skirt made with gingham fabric and checked fabric before, and it still looks really beautiful. And I think with this fabric, it's just going to look stunning. I'm so excited about this project. It also reminds me of this skirt here that I saved months and months ago by Poppy Tokyo. This skirt has some little bow details at the side gathers, which I think looks so cute. I don't think it's going to be necessarily needed because the busyness of this fabric is already going to be enough, I think. But if I was to make a plain version of this skirt, I would love to add something like those little bows. I just think that is such a cute detail. I'm just so excited about this project, so excited to have this beautiful fabric as well. I'll link the tablecloth in the description below if it's still available. But yeah, just don't judge me for how expensive it is and how much I actually ended up paying to get this fabric in my hands. I think it's worth it though. I'm in love with it. And the last fabric I have to share with you is this vintage rose upholstery fabric. I purchased this fabric from an op shop recently and it cost me $10 for the piece. And there's quite a bit of fabric there. I think, I haven't measured it properly yet, but I think there's about 3 to 4 meters, which is substantial. When I first picked this up, I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to make from it, but I have a bench seat here in my sewing studio that I've just bought some foam for, and I need an upholstery fabric to cover that piece of foam. And so I'm thinking of maybe using this upholstery fabric to cover that because the colors of this fabric just go perfectly with my sewing space. I've got lots of green in here and also quite a bit of the peachy pink in here as well. But since thinking about it, I've actually decided I think I want to make something wearable from this fabric because it is so pretty. And so I'm thinking of potentially using this upholstery fabric to make a denim midi skirt. I really love the classic, again, quite 90s style of denim midi skirts at the moment. Because upholstery fabric has a very similar weight and thickness to denim, I feel like it could be really fun to try and make a denim style skirt out of this fabric. I also saved this skirt here worn by Gift of Gabby G. I love that this one has buttons down the front, and I love how she styled it by having most of the buttons undone. It just looks so cute. It looks really good with a pair of boots like this as well. So I feel like something in this kind of style of skirt out of this upholstery fabric could be a really fun project and a really fun item to add to my wardrobe. Especially over autumn, I wear a lot of like turtlenecks and they are kind of boring. So to have a skirt out of this fabric to pair with it, I just think would be a really fun way to add color and interesting texture to those more boring type of outfits. Please let me know what you think I should do with this fabric in the comments. Yeah, because I'm honestly torn 50-50. And apart from that, I have just one knitting project plan. I actually haven't bought the yarn for it yet, but the project is this rose sweater here. I picked up this pattern from a knot shop recently and fell in love with the rose print. I really want to try color work knitting this year, and so I figured I might try with this project. I do love the sweater, but I think if I was to make this pattern, I would actually make it as a vest because I do think it is quite a busy print, and as a vest I just think it won't feel quite so busy, especially if I pair it with my dresses. I think it would be really cute to have the sleeves of my dresses poking out and just, yeah, a vest version of this pattern. And then lastly, I also have been starting to get inspired to start another quilt project. I think what I want to do is potentially make one quilt per year just as a fun little side project. And I have been really inspired by these paintings here by Amanda Dawn Nolan. I would love to one day purchase one of these paintings. They are so beautiful, very much my style. I love these ones here with the like white and black checks. And so it's kind of inspired me to want to make a quilt just like this. I also saw this quilt here by Stamp Stitch Create. They have used alternating light and dark floral and plain fabrics to create this stunning quilt. It is just a work of art, and I think it would be fun to work on something that would use up a lot of my scraps throughout the year. And also it's just a simple square design, but it looks so effective. And yeah, I think this quilt project would be so fun to work on. And yeah, that is everything I have planned to make / start during autumn. Let me know in the comments below which of these projects you're most looking forward to seeing. And if you'd like to see the finished products of all the projects I've been talking about in this video, then be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out when they do eventually go live. And yeah, stay tuned for more updates on my sewing studio soon. I'm so close to the finish line now. Hopefully within the next few weeks it will be done and I'll share the final episode of doing up this space. I'm so excited to show it with you. It is looking even better than I was hoping. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video until the very end, and I'll see you in the next one.